as qualifying session gets underway, there will be a minute's silence. So, hello and welcome to round 7 of IRL. We are live from the Russian Grand Prix this week. It is round 7, there will be just 3 rounds after this one to decide the first IRL performance champion. So we've got Fabulous Chicken out on track. I'll give you a rundown of the standings in a moment, once I get them. Well, we have Fabulous Chicken out on track at the moment in the Force India on the soft tyre, so surprising that some drivers haven't gone for the softer tyre options, meaning that you get 3 sets of super softs for qualifying, because obviously this race is a fairly straightforward one stop. So Sargent also out on the softs, which is strange. RDH, yep, has gone for the super softs, as I would expect most drivers to do their qualifying times on that tyre. Got Mike here in the Mercedes, Tiz in the Manor, Deo in the Red Bull. And that's all the drivers out on track for the moment. We've got Fabulous Chicken, will be beginning his lap fairly shortly. And let's ride on board with the first qualifying lap of the evening. It's a good exit out of the final corner. And a long run through the kink at 1, not really a corner that. Opens DRS midway through. Down to the first hard braking zone, you want to brake just after 150 metre board. Turn in, hits the apex, gets a decent drive out of there, kept it pretty clean I think, runs a little wide through turn 3, taking a wider line, cuts back onto the apex, just under the bridge, you brake, turn right, touch that apex. So first sector dealt with, he's done that pretty nicely, into the, pretty cautious into the left, into the right hander at turn 5. It's the kink at 6 and then into turn 7. Left-hander at 8 and 9. This has been a pretty smooth lap so far from Fabulous Chicken in the Force India. What can he do? It's going to be a tricky braking zone through the kink to brake with the tyres loaded up. Turns in pretty cautious, holds it in 3rd and through here, opens it up. That'll be hard braking, blind apex, can't actually see the apex from the entry to the corner, deals with that nicely. Ooh, cuts onto the curb a little bit to get that shallow line, but it's not too bad. Through the final 2 turns, dealt with those fairly nicely. It's a 38.5 to start off proceedings here for the Russian Grand Prix. And he backs out of that. So, Deo on a lap now in the Red Bull. It's right on board. Not quite as fast through there, it doesn't seem. Into this tricky braking zone. Gets it right. A little bit more aggressive than Chicken was, but not too much. Oh, runs a little bit wide there. That's going to cost him time into this difficult apex. Misses it just a little bit. Misses that apex as well. This hasn't been a great final sector so far. What can you do in the final two corners? It's that apex nicely. And that one as well. He's going to come across the line to a 38.6, and that keeps him 5th. So pretty close at the moment. Looks like Mike made a mistake in that final sector, because he would have been fastest had he not done that. RDH in 3rd and Sargent in 4th. Moran out on the super soft tyre. UK Tranquility is on our lap in the manor, currently leading the standings, I believe. I'll just have to check that one. Into the right-hander at the bottom of the end of the straight, does that nicely, and through the left. Now this difficult left again. Ooh, runs a little deep, but gets an okay line through the right-hander. Or misses that apex. Just about gets on that one. It's a 38.4 to go fastest, so UK Tranquility, the points leader on pole, on provisional pole at the moment. RDH in the pits. Deo going for another lap, it seems. This one doesn't look much better. 35, 36, 37, it'll be another 38. It's a 38.2. I'm wrong. He goes fastest of all on the soft tyre. Looks like Tranquility maybe having another go at this. So 34.7 in the first sector. Negotiates those corners pretty nicely. What can he do in this right-hander? Hits the apex, gets the good exit out onto this long DRS. When I say straight, it's not only a straight. The long sweepers on the back straight. Into the braking zone. Spots his braking point, takes lots of inside curb, which the curb's pretty flat there, so you can do that. But left, he's missed the apex again, not gone quite as deep this time. And can he be a little bit more accurate into the penultimate corner? Oh, he's given up. He's get pulled out of that lap. Here comes he's spun on the soft on his out lap in the Ferrari. Starts his lap then. Through that turn 1 kink, opening DRS. Down into the second corner, brakes hard. Hits the apex nicely. Gets through those very well into the long left-hander at turn 3. Just under the bridge. Brakes. Oh, misses the apex at turn 4 by a fairly big margin. It's going to cost him time into turn 5. Hits that apex nicely. Into that right. Doesn't use all the track like he could have done, but that's not too bad. Oh, cuts that a little bit. Oh, and runs wide. That might have invalidated his time. We'll have to have a look. No, it doesn't look like it has done, actually, so it's a 35-1 in the middle sector. Into here, can he spot his apex? He does, he spots his turning point very nicely, hits that apex and gets a fairly decent run through that right-hander. Into the final double right, through there. And he gets that one understeering a little bit. It's a 39-1 to go 7th fastest at this point. Looks like he might be going for another lap, possibly. I think so. We might check back with him in a minute. RDH on a flyer on the supers, as is Sargent. Let's ride with Sargent. Oh, gets a kick of oversteer there. How will he deal with the right-hander there? Very nicely. In the Williams. The Williams is a solid car for this circuit, so hopefully... So he'll be hoping for a good result, following a couple of poor races, especially at the round 6 rerun last time out. And that back straight with DRS open. Doesn't quite negotiate those two corners as well as he would have liked, I don't think. A bit of a lock-up, but he does hit the apex. All drivers being fairly cautious with that right-hander, actually. Hearing a lot of lifts as they come through there. And he crosses the line with a 38.8. It's 10th at the moment, so it might have been invalidated, actually, that one. Negotiates turns 1 and 2, then into turn 3. Long. Got to make sure it just touches that inside curve as a car gets out of the way there. Very sporting. Deals the turn 4 well, actually, so it's a 34.7, so not quite as fast as his previous best in the first sector. Deals with that well. And then these difficult lefts. Gets on the power. A little bit of wheel spin, but nothing too serious. Oh, lock-ups, but it's okay. Manages to hold the car on the line. With 5 minutes left in the session. Into this tricky braking zone. Gets on the curb, locks up again. Does with that right-hander pretty well. And the left much better than last time. Not short shifting, letting the engine run out. Oh, misses that apex just a little bit. Force India gets out of the way there. And he does a 39.0 to go 8th, so that lap was invalidated. That's Malk going very slowly in the pass car. Sandbam in the Sauber and Shortbread in the Sauber as well. Craig, last time's winner, now in the McLaren. Currently 14th, hasn't going very, very slowly. Guess he's run out of fuel or something. Mike Tiz now out on the super softs. He's in second at the moment. So let's give you a rundown. It's Mike on provisional pole position with a 37.6. It's Tizok in second with a 37.7. Then it's Deo down on fastest of the soft tyre runners with a 38.2. Narayan, another 38.2 in fourth. UK Tranquility with a 38.4 in fifth. Fabulous Chicken in sixth. RDH in seventh. Sergeant 8th. Sir Spud 9th. Malk 10th. Sam Bamkid 12th. Shortbread 13th. And Craig 14th. So those three of arguably the faster guys in the grid, not having set legitimate times yet. They're currently starting behind my commentator car, which will not be ideal for their race starts. There we go, then Chisok starts a lap. Down the start finish straight he goes towards that brief right at turn 1. He'll be spotting his braking point. There it is. Oh, a little bit of understeer. Oh dear, he backed out of that entirely. Oh well, he's done one corner and he's given up. Very, very strange. They're now on the super soft tyre, and based on his soft tyre run, this could be a challenge for pole position. Let's see what he can do, but certainly looks interesting. It's a 35-1 in the middle sector. Hits that apex nicely. Oh, cuts that. Might have invalidated his lap. Not sure. I mean, I know track limits are fairly lenient at this circuit. I'm not sure what gets you invalidated or not. He crosses the line in third with a 38.9. Starts again. There's Lorraine on that lap. UK Tranquility. He's on a flying lap. Let's ride on board. Cuts to that a little bit. Might have gained him a little bit of time there. I don't think it would have invalidated. Craig retires from the session. Where is he? He is 14th. He has not got a legitimate lap time in, and that is really bad stuff for him. Fabulous Chicken goes fastest with a 37.3. What can UK Tranquility do in the manner? He's got a minute left, so he does have enough time for another lap after this one, if he's got the fuel for it. So obviously they are running very low fuel loads in qualifying for that, for as much speed as possible. And he goes 4th with a 38.1. And will he try again? Will he give it one last go? I'm not sure. To see Deo out there still. He's had solid first and middle sectors, so could this be a challenge for pole position from 5th place at the moment? No, it's not. It's a 37.3, but it looks like it was invalidated, which is unfortunate. Here's up the tyres from the session. We've got Narayan, he's currently 6th. Here's RDH in 7th. And Sargent following through at 8th. What can Sargent do? Oh, Sargent's not on a lap. Oh, that's not good for Sargent. It's game over then, and we will be taken out of the garage. Here's Mike. Well, Mike's cut that. Here's UK Tranquility's got a 7/10 gap to make up. He's quicker in the first sector by 74 thousandths based on what his steering wheel says. Into the tricky braking zone for the right-hander at the end. A lot of them using the curb there. That's an interesting strategy. I wouldn't usually brake on the curb myself. It's good drive. Hits that apex nicely, shifts up to 3rd, and then 4th, gets the traction out of there. He's 2/10 up on his own personal best. Can he find half a second in the final sector? Certainly would have to be something special for him to do that. Through he comes, and it's 4th. 4/10 off of pole position for the points leader in the championship. Here's Deo. He's 2/10 up on his personal best. Is this lap valid though? Oh, it's only 4th gear through there. That's going to have caused him a lot of understeer. And he goes 3rd. So pushes UK Tranquility back down to 5th, and the Red Bull driver will start 3rd, lining up directly behind the pole man. just going to wait for the session to finish. Just need Mike to retire from the session, and then we'll be finished. And there you are. So Fabulous Chicken lines up on pole position for the Russian Grand Prix. Mike is in second, with Deo in third in the Red Bull. We're very close between those two. Tizok in the Manor is fourth, with his teammate just behind him fifth. UK Tranquility, the points leader. RDH in the Force India is sixth. Narayan in seventh in the Haas, with his teammate Malk in eighth. Sir Spud in the Ferrari is ninth, and Sargent rounds out the top 10 in the Williams. It's Sam Bam, Kid, Shortbread and Craig line up in 12th, 13th and 14th respectively, with no time set. So it will be an uphill battle for those drivers for sure. And now I will check the strategy screen and then obviously leave and rejoin. Oh, and it's a wet race. So those drivers who, I didn't even spot that in the weather, so those drivers who have qualified on the soft tyre, if there were any, have really made a mistake there. But it is going to dry out apparently. If it didn't, this game imagines that it would be a no-stop race, which I've experienced myself with a no-stop race. So this could be very interesting with the strategy and the crossover points, to see what the drivers do in terms of their strategy. So we'll just leave now and rejoin. So then here come the drivers to line up for the start of this Russian Grand Prix. 13 drivers will start this race. So wait for the ghost car to come back. Here we are then. Building up. 5 lights are illuminated. Out go the lights, and it's away for the Russian Grand Prix. Mike gets a good start from second place. He's going to challenge Fabulous Chicken down into the first corner. Deo gets a horrible start. Both of the Manners have got ahead of him, and now the second Force India. Here comes UK Tranquility. Oh, and all the drivers miss. Oh, and there's contact in the back between the Williams and someone else. I think that was a Ferrari. The two Manners now in second and third place. Those two have made an absolutely brilliant start. Oh, there could be contact. There is contact. Oh, as the Manor of Tizoc just comes across on Tranquility there, and that's knocked the points leader all the way down to last position, or almost last. Only Sargent behind him. So that is a disaster early on. Let's check. Got sandbag there. Oh, and Shortbread's round as well. All sorts of contact on the first lap. RDH in second has made a great start from 7th. And Mike leads right now. Fabulous Chicken down in 7th place. So the Force India's almost done a swap there. It's not been a good start for him at all. I think he was caught up in all the mess in the first corner. Now these conditions will dry out very soon. Will stop raining and the track will dry, as there was only one section of the weather prediction was covered by light rain, so hopefully these drivers will be racing on a dry track fairly soon, and it will be interesting to see how the strategy plays out when that happens, because the changeover point is very easy to get wrong at this circuit. Mike then leads the first lap of the race with his fastest lap, obviously. Sargent down in 13th again. It's just been a disaster for him. It was a disaster taken out in the first lap at Circuit of the Americas. He's been taken out in the first lap here. Malk down in 14th as well. So just not good. So Mike, while he built out that first lap lead, he's starting to be caught. Oh, he's made a mistake at the right-hander, as is Tizoc in the Manor. And RDH is challenging him for the lead already in the intermediate conditions. Looks like the Force India driver really has got some pretty solid pace. And he could be challenging for first position very soon. If he can get in the slipstream, he might be able to make a challenge into this right-hander, but it doesn't look like it at the moment. Let's ride on board. Through the left he comes. He's very close to the back of that Mercedes. He has, of course, got to worry about the challenge from the Manor behind him. He can't just be looking ahead. He's got to keep an eye behind. Tizoc sets the fastest lap of the race, and then Narayan beats that by just over half a second. So it looks like the drivers behind are a little bit faster than these leading few at the moment. Oh, Mike looks like he's misjudged the braking zone into turn 2 just a little bit. Oh, but RDH is being very conservative through the left, and I think that's costing him time. Because Mike seems to be right on the edge and it is allowing him to get away in certain areas, which is not what RDH wants at all. And they come through the right. Oh, Mike runs off track a little bit there. Difficult conditions early on. You've got heavy fuel and a wet track. It's going to cause some problems for these drivers, I do feel. Looks like Narayan has passed Tizok now, but they're 2.5 seconds behind the leaders. They're not going to be challenging them for the moment. Oh, here comes RDH. He's in the slipstream. He's braked later, but Mike manages to hold on to the position as RDH backs out of it at the last minute. Coming on to lap 4 as they cross the line. It looks like RDH is just about the faster driver at the moment. Mike just gets the exit out the final corner. It doesn't allow RDH to get anywhere near. Through the right. Mike seems to have RDH scouted for the moment in these conditions. A little bit of blue sky in the blue sky peeking out through the clouds. We could be seeing a weather change fairly soon. It is still raining, it looks like. Mike's bridged a little bit of a gap, now just over a second. Oh, but he's run wide, and this is the issue that these drivers are gonna have, is that they're gonna just get a good lap or two in, and then if they make a mistake, it can cost them so much time, and they end up with the drivers right back on them again. It's all about consistency in these conditions, especially in the changeable conditions. However, it would appear that in sector 2, at least, it has stopped raining. Whoa, RDH gains hugely on that back straight, my word. Yeah, so it has now stopped raining, and so that in a few laps' time, I would imagine the drivers will be switching onto a new set of tyres. Oh, as RDH makes a mistake at turn 2, and he's now got Narayan to deal with. Oh, it's going to be difficult to pass around the outside of turn 3 on intermediates, but it looks like he's giving it a go if he could just get the inside line for turn 4. And that is an absolutely beautiful move from Narayan in the Haas to go all the way around the outside of RDH in the Force India and take second place. And now it looks like Narayan might be the quicker of the 3 at the front and might go after Mike for that first place. Oh, and they've all bottled it at the right-hander. All of them nearly understeering off the circuit, trying to push as hard as they can to get the most out of these intermediate tyres and take the lead of this race. Oh, Narayan cuts that corner by some margin. And RDH is getting a good view of this battle, and he might just be waiting for one of these two to ready contact to possibly be made in this battle, because it's highly likely that when drivers fight it out in these conditions, there's a little bit of contact. It's a bit unfortunate, though, that is. sometimes the case. It's right on board with Narayan. Oh, as Mike goes wide at the second to last corner, but the Haas not giving Narayan the confidence to take advantage. How about down the start-finish straight? Haas's straight line speed isn't brilliant. Could be difficult for him. Yeah, see the straight line speed of that Mercedes really coming good. Could be running a lower wing setup then, Mike. Since he seems to be struggling through the corners, but really strong in a straight line. Oh, big snap for Mike. And he runs wide. He tries to come back to defend, but it looks like no. Oh, and there's contact. What did I say? As Mike just understeers out. Oh dear, that was a bit aggressive from RDH. And that's knocked Narayan down to 4th place as RDH then runs on and gets squeezed by Mike. Like I said, in these conditions, cars can slide wide, and look like Mike slid from the inside and bumped into Narayan. And now Tizot getting involved, having passed Narayan. He's going to have a go at RDH. He's all the way around the outside. It will turn to the inside for the next corner, but he seems to be a little bit too far behind. He has a look. This is great racing up the inside of the Force India. The Force India gets the better drive on the outside of the corner. And now I think Narayan will be giving it a go into the right-hander. It's a difficult braking zone to go side by side through. Does he think better of it? Looks like it. He tries the cut back, but it becomes the outside for the next corner, so that's not ideal. Yeah, and he has to hold on to 4th for now. His next opportunity will be the start-finish straight. Obviously the man is very good in a straight line. Oh, turns out of the corner. That's going to cost him a lot of time. I feel like he could have committed there. Oh, everyone's going towards the pits. Looks like people are gambling for dry tyres. Deo's opted to stay out. Now, are these drivers gambling, or have they been told to come in by their race engineers? Fabulous Chicken, unfortunately, has just come in at the same time as RDH. So the Force Indias will be held. They're going on to the soft tyre. All the top 4 stay line astern for now. No jumps in the... no jumps in the pits, excuse me. Oh, but Mike runs on at the first corner. It looks like it might be a little bit wet for the 6 just yet. Let's see how they do around turn 3. Oh, it's very borderline. We'll have to see how the cars that are still running intermediates are doing. Like it might just be a little bit wet. I didn't see the DRS's enable notification. I might not get it. I usually do, but I might not get it now, so we'll have to see if they might have gone a little bit early. Usually the DRS's enabled notification is the sign to come in and change tyres. DRS is on, so they may have made the right call. Who's still out on the... It's Deo still out on the intermediates, and the track's looking pretty dry. It's not perfect, there's still some splashes and the odd raindrop, so... In he comes. Will he hit the line? Yes, he does. Let's check behind. Craig stays out. That's an interesting strategy call. I'm not sure it's one that will pay off, as I think doing another lap will just be too much dry running for these intermediates. 2.9 seconds off his best lap, so I think he might be making a mistake there. Look and how close look how close Mike is to the back of Craig now. Yeah, Craig's fallen off the circuit. That's not been a good call by Craig, I don't think. And now he's got to defend from Tizot on the much faster tyre as well. Yeah, he just yields. There's no point racing cars that you're not in a fight with. There's Mounts at fastest lap of the race at 49.5. A lot of those will be coming soon, I'm sure, as they will transition onto the dry tyre. So Spud in 7th in the Ferrari on the medium tyre, so he's definitely going to the end. I think the softs would probably go to the end. They're very good tyres here, obviously very low tyre wear track. Yep, there's Craig by the looks of things. Ooh, gets his nose cut by the Sauber there. The shortbread. He's on the soft in 5th. Pretty quiet race from the shortbread so far. Riding on board with Craig. 4.1 seconds off the pace now. It's not going well for the McLaren driver here. After that stunning win at Kota, he took it in spectacular fashion with that three-way battle at the end of the race. This is quite the opposite for him. There's Fabulous Chicken. Been quite a fall from grace for him as well, from pole to 8th in 8 laps. Not what he was after. Deo down in 9th, again made a similar mistake of staying out too long on those intermediate tyres. Sam Bamkid in 10th. With UK Tranquility in the Manor, so obviously the two Manors box at the same time, and it's costing time. He's on the medium, so he's going to the end. But get more trouble for the championship leader. Can he pass the Sauber of Sam Bamkid? Oh, he comes all the way up the inside from pretty long way back. Whoa, and Sam Bamkid cuts the corner there a little bit, I think. But Tranquility has made it stick, and that is 9th position for the Manor driver. Where can he go from here? He's got the Red Bull of Deo just ahead of him. And further up, it's the likes of Fabulous Chicken and Shortbread. We're a third of the way through this race. Let's give you a rundown of the positions. We've got Mike in the lead, followed by Tizok, closely challenged by RDH. It's Shortbread in 4th, Sir Spud in 5th, Narayan in 6th, it's just become 7th, as Fabulous Chicken passes him for 6th place. Deo in 8th, UK Tranquility in 9th, Sam Bamkid in 10th, Craig in 11th, Sargent in 12th, Malkin 13th, and that is all. Right now, this race looks like it's Mike's to lose. In the dry conditions, he looks to have a much better hold on proceedings. Not quite got the same erratic nature as he did when it was intermediates and he was sliding off at most corners. Now he looks pretty solid. He's got a 2-second gap to Tizok, who's battling with RDH, but it looks like RDH doesn't quite have the pace to catch and pass Tizok at this stage. Let's just check the race director for any penalties at this stage. So it's 1 warning for Mike. Oh dear, 3 penalties for Tizok. That's not good to see. It's a penalty for RDH, 2 penalties for Shortbread, 2 penalties for Sir Spud, 2 penalties for Fabulous Chicken, 1 penalty for Deo, 1 penalty for Tranquility, 2 penalties for Sam Bamkid, and a penalty for Craig. Sargent has a penalty for Malk, and a warning for Narayan, who seems to have gone off because he's now down in 13th position, which is not what we'd like to see. So take a look. Yeah, he's a long way down, so I think there's been an incident there. Missed that, apologise for that. So the top 3 all pretty close together. Fabulous Chicken setting consecutive fastest laps of the race, so looks like he is really on the pace here, well, as was proven by his pole position, and he's catching the medium running Ferrari of Sir Spud. It looks like he could be passing him for his top 5 position fairly soon. Yeah, he's gaining massively in every corner here. So Fabulous Chicken will have DRS on this back straight as well, and will most likely be relieving Sir Spud of his 5th place. Mercedes power of the Force India versus the Ferrari power of the Works Ferrari team. Here he comes along the back straight. Is he close enough? No, he's not. Doesn't quite have the slipstream, the straight line speed to catch the Ferrari driver this time. He's got another chance on the DRS straight after turn 1. He might have been done before then, actually. He might not want to do that, sacrifice the DRS. He's all over him, so he will have DRS as the activation line is around about now, just there at the end of the grid. There it is. DRS opens there. In the slipstream. Pulls out of it. Up the inside, into turn 2. Sir Spud. It's a hard move, but Sir Spud yields, and it's 5th place for Fabulous Chicken. And he instantly pulls a long way away from Sir Spud there. So Fabulous Chicken looking to be the fastest man on track at the moment. He's got 13 seconds to make up on the leaders though, which could prove difficult for him. Back straight. Let's check up the front. Let's see what's happening with the leaders. Everything relatively similar. Mike driving a pretty well controlled race so far. Very impressive drive from Tizok to be keeping up in the manner. Only 1.5 seconds down. This is the fastest car versus the slowest car. Mike sets the fastest lap of the race. Big cut at the first corner though, and those are going to cost him time and positions, because it will be gaining him an awful lot of penalties. As we've seen, he's already got 3. RDH dropping back a little bit. We've got Shortbread in 4th. Let's have this Chicken in 5th. All the gaps to all of the drivers pretty much the same at this moment. Bit of a procession. Tranquility still down in 8th. Not good for him. It's going to be, but with his closest championship rivals, he's sort of in the middle of them all. In RDH and Craig. I think if he stays here, he could be losing the championship lead potentially. I'm not sure, as I haven't got an up-to-date championship standings page to reference. Yeah, Craig in 9th there. So he's made a little bit of a recovery. He was out of the points, he's now inside the points. So Narayan in 10th, with Sargent just up behind him. So Narayan's recovered back into the points as well. Can Sargent make a pass for 10th position. He's pretty close on the back of him, and the Williams is good in a straight line. Doesn't look like he's close enough. He's not actually got DRS at this stage, so he's lost a lot of time in that final sector. Sam Bankage sets the fastest lap of the race, so he's fallen down the field as well. There he is on the super soft, so he'll be looking to go to the end, which is perfectly possible on those tyres with such a low degradation rate here. So Mike is still being chased by Tizok. Tizok slightly closer now, I think. A gap at 1.3 seconds. So slowly coming down. Whether he can keep it coming down to be able to challenge for the race win. That's 1.4 again now, so not a lot in between them. Shortbread in fourth, RDH in third. Shortbread actually has got Fabulous Chicken right behind him now. So Fabulous Chicken has been making a lot of progress recently and is really starting to close in. He is within DRS range as well, so what can he do? We've got to deal with the ghost car. Fabulous Chicken right on the back of Shortbread now. Right up his gearbox. He'll have the DRS straight coming up soon. Will be an opportunity for him to take fourth position. 11 laps remaining in this race. Or 11 laps remaining after this one, should I say. Shortbread. Oh, a little bit of lag there. That's not good. So, Fabulous Chicken will have a chance going onto the start-finish straight. If he can get DRS, which he does, opens up that little flap on the rear wing, and he's going to pull up and alongside He goes up the inside into turn 2 and he gets the move done. Shortbread can't really come back at him through turn 3. It's not a great overtaking place, although as we've seen it's not impossible. And now Fabulous Chicken sets his sights on his teammate RDH in 3rd place. Let's take a look at where he is. RDH just there, so it's a 3 or 4 second gap between the Force India drivers in 3rd and 4th. The weather's totally cleared up now. Racing on a totally dry circuit with the sun in the sky. RDH has driven a fairly solid race actually, coming from 7th on the grid. He's up to 3rd, stayed out of trouble, and he's doing a pretty solid job, but he is going to come under pressure from his teammate, I feel. Oh, got some lag there. This isn't good. I believe it's lag on my end though, because everyone's lagging the same, so hopefully it's not affecting the racing between the drivers too badly. So 10.7 gap now. He's brought that down to the leader, so he's looking like Fabulous Chicken still being the fastest car on the circuit. Let's take a look at the race director again. Let's just see what's going on. So Mike still has no penalties. Tizok has, oh my word, has 4, 5, 6 penalties. Oh dear. Has 6 penalties. So that's, 6 penalties and 2 well, he's going to have another one in a minute. So Tizok not having a good race penalty wise. He's got 18 seconds to deal with, so it could be the RDH and Fabulous Chicken, Shortbread. Oh, and Tizok retires. Oh, is he crashed or? I'm not sure. His car is just at the back. He was just at the back of shot there with smoke all around it, so he might have crashed there. Maybe he retired. He got so many penalties that he just thought he might give up. That doesn't seem likely. So that's unfortunate. So that promotes the Force Indias into a double podium position. It's now going to be about whether Shortbread can make it onto the podium or Shortbread pits, so that's not looking likely. With 9 laps to go, he might be able to make it back on a set of super soft tyres. It looks like Mike has this one in the bag, though. Really, it's just about whether who's going to take 2nd place. Will it be RDH or will it be Fabulous Chicken? Check the group chat, see what's gone down there. Hopefully he'll give us an insight into what's gone on. Oh, well, looks like Tizok had just had enough there, so it would seem that he's not going to be participating in this league anymore. We'll have to see how that one progresses. Now the fact that he's left the session is interesting, because it could spark the slipstream glitch, which could put an end to this battle. Although these two Force Indians are, or well, Fabulous Chicken at least is catching the leader. He's down at 9.6 seconds. So it could be that Fabulous Chicken is going to catch Mike for the win by the end of this race, which would be an absolutely incredible comeback drive. Here we go then. It's going to be a battle of the Force Indias. It's going to be about driver skill and setups here. Fabulous Chicken can't do anything into turn 2. It's going to be close on the run to turn 3. This is great racing. They're side by side through turn 3. Fabulous Chicken has to yield for a second, but he comes back, and it'll be the inside for turn 4. And he gets it done. So RDH demoted to 3rd place. Fabulous Chicken up to 2nd. Been recovering from that start. He was 8th, 9th at one point. He's now up to 2nd. He's lost a little bit of time in that battle. He's going to have to make that back up again if he wants a chance to challenge for the lead in the final 7 laps. He's got 7 laps and 10 seconds to make up. It's not looking likely. Fabulous Chicken then, and he's starting to pull away from his teammate already. Well, he's not made any time up in that middle sector, so he might have burned his soft tyres out actually. With all this pushing and battling and stuff, he might have actually put too much strain on those soft tyres, and he's going to have to cruise home on that worn set of tyres. I don't think it's likely, because obviously Russia is a very low degradation circuit, but you never know. You never know. So, it's 9.8 seconds now, so he's gained another 3/10 in that final sector. Dale up to 4th now on those medium tyres, so he's made a very solid recovery as well. UK Tranquility in 5th position. Shortbread and 6th on the Super Soft. He could be catching these two quickly. Got Sir Spud on the mediums, still in 7th place. Craig up to 8th on the softs. Narayan in 9th. Malk in 10th. Savalkin in 11th. Sargent in 12th. And that is all. My only retiree being Tizok. Let's check, did he actually retire or was he disqualified there? I'll just check the incidents. Oh no, it was terminal damage there, so he did crash out of the race. So Mike leading the race. Fabulous Chicken 9.6 seconds down. It doesn't look like he's going to have the pace to catch Mike unless Mike makes a mistake or Mike has more penalties. Actually, I didn't check those penalties then. Let's check again. There's not all that much racing is happening currently. So it's 3 penalties for Fabulous Chicken. None for Mike, so Mike is safe. RDH has 2 penalties, so actually if he can stay within 3 seconds of his teammate, or rather get within 3 seconds of his teammate, he could have his 2nd place back. It's all about keeping it clean at this circuit. It's very easy to cut and extend here, and the track limits can be pretty lenient. Take a look a little bit further down the field, what's going on. Any battles happening? Oh, and Shortbread's retired. Shortbread was catching the cars in front. I guess he's retired. Let's just ride on board a second. Yeah, there he is. He's retired there, so he's clearly lost it under braking or under DRS. And that's eliminated Shortbread, so that's put Craig up to 7th and Narayan up to 8th. It's taken the pressure off of UK Tranquility. Fabulous Chicken now 9 seconds behind. Deo still in 4. Yeah, UK Tranquility now with little pressure from behind, thanks to that retirement from Shortbread. Promotes Sir Spud back into 6th position. And there you are, Craig in 7th again. So, that's the 2nd retirement of the race. Unfortunate to see. Look, with that alternative strategy, looked like it could possibly have paid off, but unfortunately not. Shortbread unfortunately out of the race. Race leader Mike has not put a foot wrong all evening. He's just driven a really solid, smooth race. He's not got any penalties currently. He might have one, he might get one in the last 4 laps, but at the moment it's been an almost perfect drive. Fabulous Chicken. It's been a fast drive, but it has had its faults. But he's back in 2nd, so you can't fault him that much. 8.6 second gap to the lead. Oh, and Sam Bankid retires from the session as well, so it's both Force Indias. Both Saubers out of the race. I'm not sure where he's done that, and it's a safety car. With 4 laps to go, it is a safety car. Mike has passed, oh dear, a lot of them have passed the pit entry line, so won't be able to change their tyres. Will anyone come in to change tyres? Deo has not done so. He can pass the safety car. UK Tranquility hasn't done so. Sir Spud is in for a set of super soft tyres. Craig stays out. He believes he can hold on to that position. That's promoted him to 6th place. Narayan is in. Malcolm hasn't got there yet. So, this has made things very interesting, because that 8.6 second gap that Mike had to Fabulous Chicken, who is really the faster driver at the moment, is gone. There's no gap there anymore, and it means that Fabulous Chicken has the opportunity to take the lead in the final few laps and win this race, which is mad. So, they're just waiting to pick up the safety car now. I might actually take control of the ghost car and just retire it to avoid any issues. Mike does not pit, as I would expect. Safety car will be waiting in the first sector, I believe. So. And they will have just one or two racing laps left. But Sargent's come in and he's almost a lap down. Oh! Cuts onto the racing line. That was not particularly safe from the Williams driver. Just only cuts the nose off. Thankfully the ghost mechanic took effect. Whoa! Oh my word! As they slam on the brakes to avoid the stop safety car, and Sargent has hit the wall. What a disaster there. So I think we'll have and Deo's retired as well. It's all gone wrong here. I don't know how he's managed to crash under the safety car, but Deo is in a really solid position. Excuse me. And he has unfortunately crashed out of the race. Fabulous Chicken in second, he's closer to Mike, but Mike actually has the benefit of having Sargent as a cushion between him and his closest challenger, meaning that it'll be a lot harder for Fabulous Chicken to challenge Mike for the win in the final couple of laps. And the lights on the safety car, do they go off? They do, so the safety car only out for one lap, as I actually have seen it do in the past. I think they go off anyway. It doesn't actually look like it's speeding up. Yeah, the lights on the safety car are off. Okay, so it's just that the safety car is very slow in the final sector. So here we go. So we are racing again. Sargent gets out of the way, but there's still a buffer between Fabulous Chicken and Mike. We have less than 2 racing laps to go. And what can Fabulous Chicken do from here? Through the tricky left-hander, gets a little bit of oversteer, but it's okay. Of course, actually, Fabulous Chicken is going to try and make the move, but he's got a lot of penalties, so it might not even pay off for him. But he's going to give it a go anyway. It didn't look like we'd end up with the cars that qualified first and second fighting each other, but here we are. Oh, and Mike goes deep into the blind left, cuts back for the right. Doesn't look like it's hurt him too badly. This is that difficult right. Fabulous Chicken all over the back of him. There won't be DRS since it's not 3 laps removed from when we were racing again. Doesn't look like he's got any slipstream, so it looks like that those drivers leaving the session might have really hurt Fabulous Chicken's chances. If he's got enough fuel left, he can run him, possibly try and run in Rich Fix. He didn't need to lift out there. He could have stayed flat. Oh, and he's cut onto the inside of the curb, and that's dropped him a lot of time to Mike. He should have stayed flat through that long left. It's easy to keep it flat, and he would have, I think, had the run onto Mike into the right-hander, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. And through the right they go. Fabulous Chicken looking for any way past. He's absolutely all over Mike, but doesn't look like he's got a way past. And like I said, he's got a lot of penalties to contend with, so it might be that he's not actually going to get 3rd or 4th, because look how closely Sir Spud is challenging RDH on the super soft tyre. What can he do? It's going to be down into the tricky braking zone of the right-hander. Bounces off the wall a touch. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. It's hard racing, but it's good racing. And Sir Spud makes it through onto the podium. The top 2 are battling it out. Oh, but he's run off the circuit there. Can he block an overtake? No, he can't, and he's going to fall back behind Tranquility as well, possibly. They run side by. Oh, he goes for the dive bomb into the second to last corner. It's not worked. And it is Fabulous Chicken that takes the win from Mike. It is going to be UK Tranquility in 2nd there instead above his name, so Spud down to 7th. All these penalties totally messing with the finishing order. We've got 2nd place just ahead of 7th. We've got Malk will come home in 8th place with damage to his engine, as you can see from the smoke coming out the back of it. So not been a strong race for the Haas driver. And there you are. So it is a win for Mike in the Mercedes with the only drive with no penalties, which I must applaud him for. UK Tranquility in second, so that's really good for his championship hopes. We've got RDH in third, so A Force India remains on the podium. Craig up to fourth, with that awful start, but he's managed to get it up to fourth. Narayan with a 3-stop, fifth, good effort from him. Fabulous Chicken with 12 seconds of penalties drops to sixth. Sir Spud in seventh with 9 seconds. Malk in eighth. There, Sargent in ninth with 12 seconds, and Deo will pick up the last points, I believe. And we have Tizot, both the Saubers and Deo retired from that race. So there you have it. That was the Russian Grand Prix round 7 of the IRL performance season. We head into the final 3 rounds of the championship, with Tranquility leading by, I think, 4 or 5 points at this stage. So it is all to play for, but it's looking like Tranquility's to lose at this stage. So I've been your commentator, H Racing Green. I am signing off this evening, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching.